Hey everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope everybody had a good Tuesday out there. I was just thinking about it before I turned the camera on. Tuesday's an odd day. You know, people have their gripes about Mondays, and to me, I don't have a gripe about any day, but Tuesday is kind of that weird odd day. It's not that first day back of the week. It's not the middle of the week. We're not close to the end of the week. It's just kind of the one limbo day out there. But hey, for me, it's all good. It's a beautiful day outside, getting things done, going to the park. So just another day. Anyhow, today I'm going to talk about raw food diet, juicing, and fasting. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, why don't you go down and hit that subscribe button and come back and check out some more of my videos. Be sure you click on the little bell and check send notifications so they'll keep you subscribed to the channel. You know, this is more of a clarification video than anything else. Not trying to advise anybody, not trying to talk anybody into anything, not trying to convince anybody. It's just that, and now I got somebody with their bass thumping way down the hill. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. It's just that between here and Instagram, I constantly get questions about juice feast, juice fast, fasting, juicing, this and that. And I'm almost like, you know, the sarcastic side of me is like, dude, have you watched many of my videos? Have you watched me for more than about 10 minutes? I mean, because it's obvious that for probably you guys that have watched me for a while, or maybe have seen a number of my videos, to know that that just ain't my thing. Ain't my thing. So once again, you know, you don't need to quote your guru to me. And I'll have that a lot of times on here. I'll have a lot of people that will tell me, yes, but so-and-so says this. I don't care what so-and-so says. I don't care what Joe says. I don't care what this guy says. I've been my raw food advocate all the way along. I'm not really into the whole little, you know, fanboy thing of worshiping any of the raw food people. I watch videos, you know, some videos in the beginning, but I mostly like to take my information from actually sources like books and people that I'm looking for, not just random things on YouTube. You know, sometimes I think a lot of people kind of get caught up in this, is you hear so much about it and everybody's doing the latest juice feast or juice fast or something else, that it's almost got like, you gotta do it to have your raw food cred. If you don't do any feasting and fasting from time to time, well, you're not one of the next level raw food people. You know, your mileage may vary. You got to make up your decisions for yourself, but juicing's not really a part of my lifestyle. Fasting's not really a part of my lifestyle. Now let me clarify on the juicing part, because people will talk about, but you always talk about this. When I do orange juice in the winter, or when I'm doing watermelon juice in the summer, I don't put that into the juicing category really, even though yes, it is a juice. I'm talking about the people that are religiously, you know, doing juicing every day, or the people that go on these juice feasts and these juice fasts. Now, I am going to throw one thing out there for you, because every time I talk about one, somebody will come out there and talk about their solid food vacation, or how it's good to do in the beginning, or why they need to do it this time and that time. Once again, not trying to talk you out of this, but let me leave you with the thought. I watch people more carefully than sometimes people know. I'm not as you know, a doddering old man as I try to appear sometimes. And I noticed some of these people that have constantly, and they don't say it in a mean way, nobody's like coming at me hard on this like, well, I'm wrong, but it's just like, you know, they're, yeah, but this and that. And then I watch them, and for all their juice feasting, where does it get them? They're the ones that's coming back like, oh, I fell off the wagon, or I did something I didn't do, and that's why they've been gone, or that's why they didn't show up in their group, or that's why they disappeared, or whatever. So as far as results go, it doesn't seem to be locking people in on the raw food diet, if that's their thing. If you're going to, okay, well, I need to do this big juice feast, juice fast to start my raw food diet. I don't see a high success rate on that. I still see those people, and they can be a little condescending sometimes about, yes, but so-and-so said you need to do this, you've got to blah, 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 blah. Doesn't seem to be working for a lot of people. Now, for some people, it does. Also, too, just to flip it and play the devil's advocate. Okay, maybe, let's say, just for argument's sake, that everybody should do one sometime, you know, either at the beginning of starting this lifestyle, this diet, or sometime along the way to clean things out. Okay, maybe you do the one, but Why is there the constant need? Why is there the constant need? And I started, going through and searching certain terms on here and just seeing to a large extent a lot of these juice feasts. And also too, I've kind of done a little informal research on Instagram as well. A lot of these juice feasts and this juice fasting is content creation. It's like, especially like if you do, I'm going to do an X amount of such and such juice fast. Well, you got content. For say the 2 weeks, the week, the month, whatever that you're doing that, you can constantly be talking something about this thing. So it's content. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying anybody's being dishonest or trying to lead you in the wrong direction with that, but it's just like, I think that's what it's about, because otherwise, okay, you do one, you get yourself good and cleaned out, and then you're eating like you're supposed to be eating. And these, I'm kind of like throwing back out there in people's faces some of what the hardcore raw people tell me. Okay, you've done the one to clean you out. If you've cleaned yourself out and then you're eating as clean as you claim to be eating, why in year 2 do you need to do another juice fast? Why do you need to do this fast whatsoever? Why do you need to do this? Why in year 2 or 3 or 4? And I see some of the same people constantly, like 2-3 times a year, because they don't eat that well. And that's not the case on all of them. And like I say, a lot of this is speculation. Let's come back to me and just like my take on it. The juicing, green juice. I do see a value to green juice. And I will tell you something. If I was in a different location where I had access to an abundant amount of greens, vegetables, the kind of stuff that I juice or used to juice, because I did juice some in the beginning, still not living on juice, but kind of almost as an extra, like a vitamin or whatever. The things I like to juice, like I would make, they're good. Green juices are good. I love them. What is it? I used to use limes, but a lemon ginger blast, I love that. Love that, love that. I just don't have access to it. It really is a good way to get in some of the extra nutrition from the greens. But, for me to make a green juice here, I could do it, and it's a special thing, but on a day-to-day basis, it would be very expensive. Plus juicing, I just found out from the lazy man's standpoint, because I did it a lot in the beginning, takes a lot of work, takes a lot of time. I just didn't have that in me. But yeah, the green juice, if I were in an area, or let's say I had some serious bank and could just pay for it or go out and buy it, or if somebody just put a juice in my hand every day, oh hell yeah, I drink 32 ounces of juice. But other than that, it's just not part of my thing. I eat food. And, maybe it's because I've wanted to put some weight back on throughout the years, and I tend to be able to eat a lot of food. I need to eat a lot of food to keep my weight up, so I eat. I don't do, I don't juice, I don't fast, but I do, most of the time, like watermelon juice. That's not considered a meal for me. That's just my hydration in the morning. It's just sweet, good tasting hydration with some sugar in it. The orange juice in the winter, you have a few more you have more calories in the orange juice, and it is also good for my vitamin C in the winter. But once again, that's not a meal. I will usually have my juice first thing, and then very shortly thereafter. Well, not shortly. I like to let my juice settle, but by 9:30, I'm eating breakfast or I'm eating something solid. Now, as far as the fasting goes, if we want to even go past that, into like water fasting or whatever, all I'm going to say is this. I did one water fast in my life. I did and I don't even recommend that unless you have some supervision. I did an 8-day water fast when I was locked up in immigration in Panama. So that was kind of sporty. I was drinking tap water in a foreign country to do that one. And listen, for me, the fasting thing, it was kind of a spiritual thing. It was like, I was spending a lot of time meditating, praying, writing. It was a different type of experience. But would I water fast again? Maybe at some point, just simply though because of more of the spiritual part of it, just more kind of like to get away from food, just to take a break, not so much because, I need this for my health. Fasting, I do believe if there was a serious health issue that there is a value to fasting, because When you're fasting, when you eat food, you know, your blood, your energy, a lot of that is concentrated to digest the food. So if you're sick or if you have something major wrong with your body, yeah, when your body doesn't have to be digesting, it can be healing. But and I'll finish with this though. I'm not going to say do, don't do, whatever, but because if you do, if you can and if you want to do a 2 or 3 day water fast, God bless. It's not going to hurt you. You're not going to do any damage to yourself or your health. But if you're going to do anything longer than that, I mean, the best advice I could say is you do need to do a supervised one. Although, once again, not advocating, not talking against them. I'm just talking about how I do things because that's what this channel's about. Kind of comes from my perspective, and everybody's channel should just basically be their own experience. So if you juice, if you don't juice, that's your thing. You make your own decisions. You don't even get defensive about it if somebody disagrees with you on something like this. I don't defend my decisions. I mean, since I do a channel, I state where I'm coming from. I tell you what I'm doing, but I don't need any approval. I don't need any approval for what I'm putting into my body. So I am not your juice person to ask about should I mean, I get that. Should I do this with juicing? And I'm like, why are you asking me this? Not my field, not my expertise. So anyhow, that's just my thoughts on the subject. Hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.